Hello and welcome. You're watching Markets Today. I'm Sakshi Batra, and this is where we discuss everything about the stock market's opening action to help you understand which way are the markets really progressing, where are the gains and losses being seen, which are the sectors currently in focus, and how should you be really strategizing all your investments today as a trader or investor in the stock markets. Let's start off with the opening action. Of course, it's a lower start, a gap down opening yet again after that subdued closing yesterday. Second day in a row, we have opened in the red in this week, in this truncated week, which only has today's and tomorrow's trading session up and running. Thursday and Friday will remain closed for markets, only 3 days of action, and the beginning has been quite subdued. Of course, the markets, especially for the Sensex, it opened 419 odd points lower, or 0.7% down in trade, to open below 58,600 mark at 58,545. The Nifty was down 123 odd points, or 0.7% lower, right at the opening level, and was trading at 17,552. About 1162 shares advanced in the overall markets, whereas 1,031 shares declined and 109 shares remain unchanged in the early opening action. Talk about the specific stocks that are in focus right now. So you do have very few gainers, just a handful of them. Slight flattish to a positive bias being seen in some pharma stocks like Cipla, Dr. Reddy's, Sun Pharma, but ONGC, NTPC, these are also flattish to a positive move. But the laggards are big. You talk about Hindalco, Grasim, Tech Mahindra, Wipro, Tata Motors, all of them declining majorly in trade. In terms of sectors, Nifty, all the sectors are trading in the red, with IT, metals, banking declining the most. Also, the mid cap shares are mirroring the larger peers of the index, Sensex, and the Nifty, and the lower levels being seen over there. However, the small cap is just slightly outperforming with a flattish to a positive bias. Of course, the global market cues have been weak, and that is exactly what is getting mirrored in the Indian opening market action, because overnight we did see US markets slip sharply, almost 1.5 to even 2% for the major indices in the US markets. Asian markets also turned lower in the initial trading action, and that's the kind of weak cues that we actually got to before opening. Of course, the concerns are US stocks bleeding overnight due to the red hot inflation. That is a major concern for the markets amid the geopolitical worries of Ukraine, Russia. Also, the surge in bond yields and the firm US dollar also denting the sentiments at this point in time. For the Indian markets, focus is on specific stocks. One, the earnings season has kick-started with TCS reporting its numbers, good numbers coming right there. Record revenue for this quarter, record deals, as well as when you talk about record hirings coming in for TCS, a dividend of 22 rupees per share. Management commentary was very strong as well. The stock is also just slightly up. Of course, we are seeing some movement because of the kind of brokerage reports that have come after the earnings as well. Motilal Oswal has mentioned in its report that TCS is well placed to leverage the sector growth, but margins may remain under pressure. It reiterates a buy rating and has raised the target price from initial 4150 to 4240 on TCS, which still implies an almost 15% upside on the stock from the current levels as well. Now look at the kind of deal wins. They also suggest revenue growth outlook for FY23, and a strong one at that. That's what Motilal Oswal is kicked about and is given a positive rating right there. Sunteck Realty as a stock is in focus. It has seen some pre-sales and cash flow growth on the new projects. It has logged in pre-sales of 503 odd crore rupees. That is up 36% on a year-on-year basis and 43% sequentially. Now the firm has also clocked in 1,303 crore rupees pre-sales for the entire FY22, which is also up 27% on a year-on-year basis. So the stock is in focus and is showing some kind of positive action as well. The stocks to watch also include the likes of JSW Steel today. The company's wholly owned subsidiary JSW Utkal Steel has received environment clearance to set up a greenfield integrated steel plant with a production capacity of 1.32 crores per annum as well. Wipro is going to be in focus. The company has acquired Convergence Acceleration Solutions, which is a US-based consulting consulting and program management firm. JSW Energy is in focus. The company has received a notice from its JV and lignite supplier, which is owned by Rajasthan State Mines, and that has been directed to stop mining operations at the two lignite mines. So keep an eye out on that as well. There may be some kind of a subdued action because of this report. Ultratech Cement is in focus. The firm, however, was declared as the preferred bidder for the Decon limestone block in the e-auction conducted by the Karnataka government. So again, some positive action expected right there. Kesoram Industries has reported its earnings is going to be in focus as well. The company has appointed Rohit Shah as its chief financial officer as well, right after announcing its results yesterday, post the market hours. I shall detail the results right in a bit. Nestle is in focus. The company has approved an interim dividend of 25 rupees per equity share for 10 rupees each. Also, when you talk about Reliance Capital, that's going to be in focus. The company has appointed a new CFO, Aman Gurdal, as well. Apart from this, Adani Transmission, Vipul Organics, Intellect Design, InfoEdge India, all of these stocks are also in focus because of the news flows as well. Right. I was talking about Kesoram Industries Q4 earnings. The revenue is up 20%. The net loss has been posted at 46 crore rupees versus a profit. So there could be some subdued action because the company has posted losses instead of profits this quarter. Delta Corp is in focus because of the Q4 consolidated numbers being announced. Revenue has slipped 12%. The net profit has also slipped by 32%. Again, some kind of a subdued action could be expected on this stock throughout the trading day as well. TCS, however, may remain in the positive zone on the back of the earnings, the management commentary, and the brokerage house comments as well. Overall speaking, we will have to see how the markets progress from here because the markets have been in a downtrend. What does it really mean for investors and traders? Most of the experts have been saying that it is a time to be very, very cautious on the traders front because the markets have still not been able to come out of that lower zone that we've been seeing. Of course, the bounce was seen last week because of the HDFC Bank merger, but that could not be sustained for long. So at this point in time, a very, very cautious trade, but all the cues will be actually seen from the earnings front. Good earnings may actually give more impetus to the markets going forward from here. Stay tuned on to Business Today throughout the day as we will keep bringing you all the updates from the world of business and stock markets. And you should not miss any of that because all of this really impacts your investments in mutual funds and in stock markets as well. Thanks a lot for tuning in for now.